Hey guys! For today's video, we did more of a vampy look today.
We used darker shades on our eyes and obviously darker shades on our lips. For our lip product, we were able to pick up these Mica Beauty Lip Slay Mauvelous Matte Lip. We got all 6 shades. For these products, you're probably going to want to add chapstick or lip balm under, just because for pretty much all mattes, you have to add something on the bottom or else they're going to start cracking.
Yeah.
Especially with the darker shades, which we used Slay. I have Slay on, and you're wearing...
I have Temptress.
For these, you have to use
some base under your lips before you apply the actual liquid lipstick.
And for the darker shades also, you have to do more than one coat because then it'll look patchy. I have the swatches here, that way you guys can see.
They are very pigmented and I like the scent of them. They're like a minty scent.
They don't have like that weird, because for me, like lipsticks, I never used to wear lipsticks, and it was because of the smell.
Yeah.
I hated the smell of lipsticks. And for these, if they smell like that, I won't pick them up, but these don't have that weird scent, so that's good about them. They are really pigmented. Each one has different pigmentation. Obviously, like, I think for me, this is the best one. Just because it's such an intense, like, true red. I would say this is my favorite one.
And they don't like...
They don't transfer. They're transfer proof. They don't transfer. So you wouldn't have to worry about eating and then like getting the product and eating the product too. So you don't have to worry about that. But other than that, I think these are really good products. The only thing I would say is applying something under, but that's basically for any liquid lipstick. You have to add something under, or else you're gonna get the cracks in your lips, and that's not gonna look good. So just make sure that you add something as a base, like a primer, or even your chapstick would work, just so that once you add this on, it won't make it so matte. You'll still get that matte effect, but you won't get those cracks on your lips. But yeah, if you guys want to see how we achieve these
vampy looks,
then just keep on watching. Recently, I've been using my moisturizer that I use for my skincare routine, and it's the Neutrogena Hydro Boost. I use this with the Mario Badescu Rose Water. I use these before my primer, and it's been helping my foundation stay longer.
I've always used the moisturizer cream before I use my primer, and I think it works a lot better. And the moisturizer cream I use is from Mica Beauty Cosmetics, and it's just their moisturizer cream. Oh, and the smell of these creams are really good.
Yeah, I love how this smells. With this one, you feel it like an instant hydration. It almost feels like you're adding like water, and like your pores are drinking the water. I don't know how to explain it, but you can feel the hydration. I'm just gonna add my primer now that I moisturize my face. I'm just gonna use the MAC Prep and Prime Natural Radiance. It's like their yellow primer.
For my primer, I'll be using the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer.
This primer adds like glow to your skin. So on top of your moisturizer, this will give your face like a really natural glowy look.
The primer that I use is more for minimizing your pores.
We're both going to be using the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. It's their new foundation that they came out. My shade is Barcelona M4.
My shade is Valencia M5.
This foundation is probably my favorite. I don't know if it's
your favorite too.
It's, for me, I have oily skin, so not many foundations work with me. This one has, even though it is like a radiant foundation that makes your skin glow.
Yeah, glowy foundation.
It still sits and kind of looks matte, but like not too matte.
And it makes your face look very natural and healthy.
And it has good coverage too. With these, you just need like 2 pumps of it, and it's the little drops. With that, that's enough for like your whole face. I'm gonna be using this Tarte Double Duty Beauty. It's like this weird looking brush. It makes it so fast to put it on. Like if you're in a hurry, this is the perfect brush to use for your foundation.
I normally use my beauty blender. I used to use my brush, but I feel like it looks more natural with the beauty blender.
I'm just gonna go ahead and use my NARS Creamy Concealer and Medium 1.5 Macadamia. That way it goes along with the NARS foundation.
And I'm gonna use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in shade Medium.
For the concealer, it's pretty easy if you just make like a triangle right under your eyes. And then I usually put it up here. I put a little bit and I go down the bridge of my nose.
Just to highlight those areas. To blend out the concealer, we'll be using the beauty blenders.
Since I have oily skin, I like to actually bake. So I use the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in light medium, and I use that to bake under like my eye area. But then I use it to set my face, my entire face.
I usually don't bake, but I've tried to bake now and I've seen a big difference. It makes my foundation and concealer stay for a longer time. I'm gonna use the Rimmel London Stay Matte pressed powder. To contour my face, I use the Highlight and Contour Pro palette. And I will be using the two first shades.
I'm gonna use the Hoola bronzer. As you can see, I really like this because it's literally gone.
It's going to hit pan.
Yeah. For the contour bronzer that you use, try to get a shade that's just one shade above yours. That way it's not too harsh if you're going more for a natural look. This one to me is like a perfect one because it's not as dark.
It's more of a cool tone.
Yeah, it will give you that nice contour.
Now for bronzer, I'm going to use the Milani Baked Bronzer. I recommend these bronzers. They are drugstore products, but they work as well as a high-end bronzer, so I recommend these.
For our blush, we're also going to be using a Milani baked item. This is their baked blush. We're using the same shade Luminoso. This is probably the best drugstore blush that you can get. They're also not expensive, so I would recommend this one as well.
For highlighter, I'm going to use the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. This highlighter is really good if you want more of a natural look and not such of a dramatic highlight.
If you want more of a dramatic highlight, this one right here, the Wet n Wild highlighting powder and Precious Petals, it's natural, but it's still, you can see that you have highlight. And then I top it off with the Felicity Super Shock Cheek Glitter from ColourPop if you want a little bit of glitter also added to the highlight. For our eyebrows, I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in medium brown.
I'm going to use the Brow Pal from The Balm in dark brown.
Recently, we've purchased 2 new palettes and we're going to be using those today for our eyes. I got the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam. And this one, these are the shades that it has.
And I purchased the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. And I'm pretty sure you guys have seen the colors, but they look like this.
To start off our eyes, we're going to do our crease first. I'm going to be using Burnt Orange and Sienna, which is these 2 shades right here on the top.
I'm going to use Silk Cream and Crimsicle. This one and this one.
I'm going to be adding the shade Mulberry, which is this dark, like burnt brown onto my entire lid.
I'm gonna use the shade Roxanne, the one in the middle. I'm gonna apply that onto my outer corner. I'm applying it onto my crease as well, just dragging it in my crease.
When you're doing a dark shade on your lid, you want to go back into that same shades that you're using in your crease and blending them out. That way there's not a harsh dark color and then like it cuts out to your crease. So try to blend that out really good so that it's like seamless.
Now we're both gonna apply shimmers onto our eyelid. I'm gonna use Cran Apple. This shade right here.
And I'm gonna be using Sultry. It's this shade right here. For your bottom lash line, go ahead and use the same colors that you used before. Just apply it the same. Just make sure that you blend out, that way there's no harsh line on the bottom. I'm actually going to add more of that mulberry dark shade onto the outer corner and inner corner to give my eye more of a halo look, and reapply this shimmer on top, but just in the center. That way you get that halo effect. I'm gonna be adding the Felicity Super Shock Cheek glitter that I used for my highlight, and I'm gonna pop that also right at the center of my eyelid.
Now for our inner corner highlight, I'm gonna use the color Beam. Right here.
And I'm gonna be using the ColourPop Felicity. Now we're just gonna apply our mascara. I'm gonna use the L'Oreal Voluminous Original Black Mascara.
I'm gonna use the Colossal Volume Express from Maybelline.
For our lips, we're both gonna be going for a matte look. So we're gonna use these Mica Beauty Cosmetics Lip Slay Marvelous Matte Liquid Lip. Mine's in the shade Slay.
Mine is shade Temptress. These are the final looks.
Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And we'll see you in our next video.
Bye.
Bye.
Boom, boom.
You want to glow.
Should I show it? It looks pretty.
That's it.
My brush. Oh, gee, my arm. Oy.
We have to, no, because I have to.
I have.
Julie, espérate.